comedy and a host of the +2 Comedy Podcast. Well, give it up for Will Liam.
What's up, guys? You have to bear with me. I never not use microphones. Noah and Laura are theater people. They've trained their voices to be instruments of entertainment. For the last 10 years, I've been dousing my instrument in cheap whiskey and screaming at people on Overwatch. So I don't do this ever. I have a lot of the conventions we go to are anime conventions, and it's tough to write material for me because I have a hard time getting into animes. And so the last time I was like, screw it, I'll go on Hulu, I'll see what's available. So I watched this show you might have heard of. It's called Attack on Titan, Junior High. And it's just, it's chibi Attack on Titan. And I was like, fuck it, I'll give this a try.
So cute.
And it's pretty cute. It starts out the same way as Attack on Titan. They're all there, they're like graduating, and then the Colossal Titan shows up, he kicks the wall, and Titans start coming in, they start grabbing kids. I'm like, fuck, they tricked me! They tricked me again, this one's gonna be horrible too! And then they eat their lunches, and that's what they do, and it's fun, so it's fine. And I felt good about it. And I realized that this is probably what all horrifying animes need, is like a little bit of aftercare. Like Full Metal Alchemist messed me up. And I really need like Full Metal Alchemist Junior High, where like Major Hughes is on the phone and he turns around and it's Envy, and she just gives him a wedgie. I'm like, oh, thank God. Or Nina Tucker. Do you know who Nina Tucker is? Yeah. She's that little girl in the dog meme that gets turned into a monster and dies. But it's fine in Junior High. She's just in a dog onesie and she dances around. It's fine. And then you take Magic Madoka and it's the same show that got you again. But I have a hard time finding animes I like because I don't want to do subtitles. I get enough of that from books. I don't want to read. So I gotta find that the voice acting can be so terrible. And like they'll change the whole points of shows. Like you'll have an adult show in Japan, comes over here, now it's a kid's show. And I worry that that's happening in reverse. Like Walking Dead's going over to Japan, and they're just like, oh my God, Rick, what's wrong? It's like, well, Negan hit Glenn with his bubblegum bat. It gave him a real bad headache. Now he's in the candy hospital. So is he gonna be okay? No. Not ever. Oh man, Walking Dead is still, I believe, the most popular show on television. And it's a lot of, because we're watching it with us nerds, and it makes no sense to me, because Robert Kirkman, the guy that makes it, is a huge nerd. And he makes this world that would suck for us. George R. R. Martin is a huge nerd. I wouldn't last 10 seconds in Westeros. I would die. Why do nerds keep making fantasy worlds we would die in? Like it doesn't, I want to watch Game of Thrones, and they're just like, well, your knowledge of the Star Wars expanded universe is most impressive, Lord Liam. But only he who eat the most pizza combos made better. Oh boy! That's not what happens. And I think I'm a little bitter because now it's getting more and more acceptable to be a nerd. Comic-Con's like a household thing. It's not a weird thing to go to. Like when I was a kid, Doctor Who's a woman now, and before that he was a sexy dude. When I watched Doctor Who as a kid, he looked like a weird music teacher. Yeah. Like I have friends that come up to me now and they're like, oh, do you play Dungeons and Dragons? Can I be in your group? Do you know a group I could join? I was like, fuck you, man. When I was in high school, if you wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, you needed 3 friends who could keep a secret. Like the first rule of Fight Club is absolutely the first rule of Pretend Wizard Fight Club. Like I had to hide it, so I'd come home at like 3 a.m. and my parents would still be up and they're like, where have you been? Are you doing drugs? I'd look at them, I'd look at the monster manual in my hand. Yeah. I did 8 drugs. Poor kid does. And they'd be like, I don't think you're high. What are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm like, fine, Mom, you want to know? I was breaking into a Temple of Bane, trying to steal the orb of Infinity so we could summon a Baylor demon. I knew if we bought you a Slipknot album, you'd start worshiping the devil. Mom, devils are lawfully evil, demons are chaotic evil. Learn your shit, Mom! Oh my God, it's the worst. Oh man, it just says Baylor Demon, and I figured I knew what that meant. You guys have the Nintendo Switch? Yeah. I like the idea because the Nintendo Switch was finally Nintendo putting their money where their mouth is. If you played the Wii, every 2 hours it would go, hey, you've been playing a lot of games. Why don't you go outside and get a little bit of exercise? Like, screw you, Wii. And they're like, fine, you know what? Here's Pokemon Go. Here's the Switch. Go, get out. And it worried me that the other game systems would start following in that like trend. Like if I played too much PlayStation, it would just pop up like, hey pal, you've been playing a lot of Last of Us? You thinking about hurting yourself? Or if Xbox, you just stop moving for too long. Like, hey, are you gonna jack off to Cortana? We know you are, stop it! Like, ah! I was. But I did something recently that you should never do, and I moved back to my hometown. And yeah, you shouldn't. Once your ass leaves Pallet Town, there's literally nothing left there for you. Just don't ever go back. But I had to move back there, and it sucks because the only friends that I know are friends I had in high school, and there's like the couple that dated in high school and now they're married, and that's gross. And I'm sorry if some of you met in high school and are married, but that's gross. And, but like, and all they know is couple stuff because they don't have any friends. They just talk about couple stuff. So they're just like, hey, Will, are you thinking about kids? We're thinking about kids. Are you thinking about kids? I'm like, I can't say that phrase first off. You're a couple. I'm a weird man and I have Velcro on my sneakers. I can't be like, hey, I'm thinking about kids. It's creepy. But they keep pressing you. They're like, hey, we're thinking about kids. Do you think about kids? They keep saying we, like they're Venom from Spider-Man. It's like, we're thinking about kids. We do Pilates. We think if you want a girlfriend, you should stop making such specific Spider-Man references. And they're right, I should, but I'm not gonna. And finally, I'm like, fine, yes. I might. But if I wanted a kid, I would adopt a kid. I don't wish these giant ginger genes on any poor child. And they just stopped and looked at me and they were like, ooh, you should be careful with that. It's like, the kid is not gonna mug me. What are you talking about? Well, you never know what you're gonna end up with. I said, you get to meet the child. It's not like an airport handoff where there's like, hey, are you the guy thinking about kids? Like, you know I am. Like, here you go. He's a Hitler clone. He's got a mustache and everything. And the other problem is I take medication for anxiety. And so I had to go to a new doctor and I had to explain that to them. And I heard them come in and I'm always a little embarrassed about it, so I just kind of explained it without looking. And I hear nothing. And then I turn around and it's just a girl standing there going, are you Liz's little brother? And I was like, yeah, that was me. She's like, you used to get so drunk. I was like, used to? Sure. I was like, so yeah, if I could just get the medication I need. She's like, yeah, what do you want? I was like, ooh, what do I want? That's not a medical question. She's like, I have a piece of paper. I can write anything down on it, and they have to give it to you. Do you want Adderall? I got a pocket full. All right, fine. And so I leave the doctor's office with access to drugs. And I have anxiety, and I start freaking out. I'm like, I shouldn't ask me any questions. I don't know what this does. What do? Do you go back to a doctor and ask questions? No, that's insane. You go on the internet, and you ask at WebMD, you find out you have cancer, but you move past that. And I found a list of symptoms for the drugs I was taking. It's a lot of the usual, like constipation, diarrhea, restlessness, sleepiness, but suicidal tendencies, an unquenchable thirst for life. But the bottom two, and these are real, was temporary blindness and risk-taking behavior, in parentheses, feels no fear. And I realized that that's awesome because these drugs will make me Daredevil. All right, guys, that's my time.